Are you ready to uncover the cosmic forces shaping one of the most controversial figures of our time? Donald Trump's Vedic birth chart reveals a man born under the brilliance of the full moon, destined for immense power, wealth, and influence. But there's more. The explosive conjunction of Rahu and the Sun signals a life driven by ambition, karmic battles, and relentless transformation. Trump's chart pulses with the fierce energy of Mars in Leo, making him a warrior at heart, fighting for his vision against all odds. Yet, with his moon placed in the shadowy realm of Scorpio, Trump's emotions are intense, his spirit untamed, and his path marked by rebirth after every fall. In this gripping astrological analysis, we dive deep into Trump's rise to glory, the cosmic pressures he's faced, and what the stars foretell about his future. Is his destiny truly sealed, or is he fated for even greater victories, or monumental downfalls? The stars don't lie, and Trump's Vedic chart is nothing short of electrifying. Watch now and witness the astrological forces that have shaped his path. Astrology Insights. The first shooting at Donald Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, a dramatic astrological turning point. Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotish, is not just an ancient Indian science, it's a window into the cosmic forces that shape human lives and the monumental events that define history. Unlike Western astrology, which follows the solar calendar, Vedic astrology operates on the lunar cycle, placing profound significance on the position of the moon and the rising sign Lagna at the time of birth. For those who understand it, this system reveals the subtle, often unseen forces behind every triumph and tragedy, every rise and fall. The role of Rahu and Ketu, shadow planets of destiny in Vedic astrology, two mysterious entities wield extraordinary influence. Rahu and Ketu, the north and south nodes of the moon. These aren't physical planets, but shadowy forces that govern the threads of destiny, karma, and spiritual evolution. Rahu is the insatiable force of desire, the relentless hunger for power, wealth, and worldly success. Ketu, on the other hand, represents detachment, spiritual liberation, and the pursuit of higher truths. Together, they form a cosmic duo capable of creating moments of immense upheaval or divine protection. Rahu and Ketu, catalysts for triumph or tragedy. When Rahu and Ketu dominate a birth chart, they promise a life filled with dramatic highs and devastating lows. These shadow planets have the power to either elevate an individual to legendary status or plunge them into the depths of chaos. And in Donald Trump's case, their influence is undeniable. Born on June 14, 1946, under a Leo rising ascendant, Trump's chart is marked by Mars in the first house, a placement that bestows fiery energy, unshakable confidence, and an indomitable will. But it's the haunting conjunction between his moon and Ketu in the 10th house that foretells a life of monumental events, many of which are beyond his control. Magha Nakshatra, the royal bloodline of Trump's ascendant. Trump's ascendant is under the sway of Magha Nakshatra, a star cluster associated with kingship, authority, and inherited power. Those born under Magha are often born to lead, destined to wield influence over others. But this nakshatra also carries the weight of past life karma, making its natives the center of controversy and conflict. Trump's moon, residing in Jyotish nakshatra, reinforces this narrative. Jyotish natives are formidable, often rising to power through struggle, controversy, and sheer force of will. Sound familiar? July 13, 2024, the day destiny almost changed. Astrological analysis of the assassination attempt on July 13, 2024, Donald Trump came face-to-face with death in Butler, Pennsylvania, during a political rally. A shot fired during a crowd of 50,000 sent shockwaves through the world. But what was happening in the heavens at that exact moment? As the moon transited through Virgo, it formed a conjunction with the ominous Ketu, signaling a moment of heightened emotional tension and danger. The planet of violence, Mars, was transiting Taurus, directly influencing Trump's natal chart in a way that ignited volatility. Mars' transit across Trump's 10th house created a trine to Ketu and Jupiter, the planet of life force and divine protection. This celestial alignment, fraught with tension, almost tipped the scales toward tragedy. But as fate would have it, Jupiter, the great protector, was also in transit, casting a saving grace over Trump's sun, ensuring his survival in the nick of time. Jupiter Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha, a period of divine intervention at the moment of the shooting. Trump was in the midst of the Jupiter Mahadasha, a major period of expansion and protection, and the Ketu Antardasha, a sub-period that signals intense spiritual transformation and challenges. This combination is nothing short of a cosmic storm. While Ketu often brings unforeseen calamities, Jupiter offers a shield of divine protection. This alignment suggests that Trump's survival was not a mere coincidence, but part of a grander, celestial design. The power of Rahu and Ketu, shaping Trump's fate. The assassination attempt is a striking reminder of the immense power that Rahu and Ketu hold over human destiny. These lunar nodes, with their dual nature of destruction and salvation, played a crucial role in both the peril and protection of Donald Trump. In a life marked by controversy and unyielding ambition, it is these forces that continue to shape his path, often in ways that defy logic and comprehension. Trump's astrological chart, with its powerful placements of Rahu, Ketu, and Mars, is a living testament to the unpredictable and transformative power of these shadow planets. The near-fatal event in Butler, Pennsylvania, reveals how the unseen forces of the cosmos can bring both chaos and deliverance. Understanding these celestial influences is key to grasping not only Trump's fate, but the unfolding drama that is his life, drama written in the stars long before we ever witnessed it on Earth. The second assassination attempt on Donald Trump, a nation on edge. On the afternoon of Sunday, September 15, 2024, an eerie calm settled over the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Beach sheriff's officers stood at the entrance, their presence a silent acknowledgement of the looming danger. Just months after the first attempt on Donald Trump's life, the unthinkable had happened again, another attempt to assassinate the former president. As the news broke, a U.S. Secret Service spokesperson delivered a chilling statement: "We live in dangerous times." Those 5 words captured the fear and uncertainty rippling through the country. The incident at the Florida golf course was no ordinary security scare. It was the second assassination attempt on Trump in as many months, a stark reminder of the perilous political climate engulfing the United States. The facts, as revealed by law enforcement, paint a harrowing picture. Around 1:30 p.m., Secret Service agents detected an armed individual, equipped with an AK-47-style semi-automatic rifle, just a few hundred yards from where Donald Trump was golfing with his friend, Steve Witkoff, a prominent Republican donor. Hidden among dense shrubbery between the 5th and 6th holes, the suspect had set up what appeared to be a sniper's nest, ready to strike. With 2 backpacks and a GoPro camera, the assailant seemed poised to record the assassination attempt, leaving little doubt about his deadly intentions. This attack, treated by the FBI as a second assassination attempt, reignited urgent questions about Trump's security. How could such a heavily armed individual get so close to a former president, especially after the July 13 shooting at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where Trump narrowly escaped with his life? That incident, in which a bullet grazed his ear, had already put the Secret Service on notice, leading to the resignation of its then-director, Kimberly Cheadle. Yet here, again, was Trump in a precarious, open setting, vulnerable to another strike. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw of West Palm Beach emphasized the gravity of the situation. The suspect was only 300 to 500 yards away, but with a rifle and scope, that's not much distance at all. Trump, who was enjoying a round of golf, was only moments away from facing another potentially life-threatening attack. Had it not been for the vigilance of a Secret Service agent acting as a forward guard, the outcome could have been devastating. That agent, moving ahead of Trump by a hole or two to scout for threats, noticed the glint of a rifle barrel emerging from the bushes. Reacting with the speed and precision that defines the best in federal law enforcement, the agent fired 4 to 6 shots at the suspect, who then dropped the rifle and fled. What followed was a textbook apprehension. The suspect leaped into a black Nissan, apparently prepped for a quick escape, and sped away. However, thanks to the quick thinking of a passerby who photographed the car and its license plate, law enforcement tracked the suspect within minutes. Florida's advanced surveillance technology zeroed in on the car as it raced on the I-95 highway, and soon after, the suspect was detained at gunpoint in neighboring Martin County. The swift and coordinated response by federal and local agencies was remarkable. Sheriff William Snyder of Martin County remarked on the suspect's odd demeanor upon arrest. He was calm, showing little emotion, as though this had all been part of some twisted routine. Yet, despite the seamless collaboration between agencies, one burning question remains: how was this allowed to happen again? In the aftermath of the Butler shooting, security measures had been significantly increased. Yet Trump, no longer a sitting president, continues to operate with far less protection than during his time in office. Bradshaw himself noted that if Trump were still president, the Secret Service would never have permitted him to golf in such an exposed environment. But as a former president, the lines of protection are blurred. He is not the sitting president, Bradshaw said, and so we are limited to what the Secret Service deems possible. This incident, unlike the Butler rally, is being hailed as a success for the Secret Service, whose agents' quick actions may have saved not only Trump's life, but also the country from descending into unimaginable chaos. Yet, the vulnerability of a man so polarizing and powerful begs the question: is this level of security enough? The past few months have seen 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump, a reality that should send chills down the spine of any observer of American politics. America has a painful history with presidential assassinations, from Lincoln to Kennedy, and these recent attacks on Trump evoke unsettling memories. What does it say about the current state of the nation when a former president is targeted so brazenly, twice within months? Are we on the verge of a new era of political violence, one where even the most protected figures aren't safe from the mounting rage? As the dust settles on this second attempt, one fact is clear: the threat level has never been higher. The tensions coursing through the nation, both politically and socially, are palpable. And while Trump emerged from this attack unscathed, the psychological impact on his family, supporters, and the country at large will linger. We live in dangerous times, the Secret Service spokesperson warned. And with 2 assassination attempts already behind him, how many more can Trump survive? Donald Trump's Vedic Astrological chart, a cosmic journey of power, wealth, and destiny. 1. The full moon, illuminating a path of wealth and influence. One of the most striking elements in Donald Trump's Vedic chart is that he was born under the brilliance of a full moon. In Vedic astrology, a full moon represents the peak of the lunar cycle, reflecting the sun's light in all its glory. This positioning is a powerful symbol of success, popularity, and magnetic charisma. Trump's full moon birth suggests a life filled with riches, fame, and public adoration. His ability to connect with the masses, to speak their language, and command their attention isn't merely a political tactic, it's woven into the very fabric of his astrological makeup. Trump is, by nature, someone who speaks with sincerity and authenticity, driven by a genuine concern for the people he aims to lead. 2. Rahu conjunct the Sun, a karmic destiny of nobility and power. Trump's Sun is aligned with Rahu, the north node of the moon, a fateful combination in Vedic astrology. Rahu is the planet of karma, ambition, and worldly desires, while the Sun represents leadership and life purpose. Together, they point to a larger-than-life mission, leading the world's most powerful nation. Rahu is the harbinger of destiny, thrusting individuals into dramatic shifts, opportunities, and even downfall. For Trump, this alignment speaks of a lifetime bound to the corridors of power, politics, and difficult decisions that shape the course of history. The weight of this responsibility echoes the ancient adage, "Heavy lies the head that wears the crown." His political and economic rise, filled with abrupt changes, isn't accidental, it's a karmic burden he is destined to carry. 3. Sun in Taurus, the builder of empires. In Vedic astrology, Taurus is the symbol of stability, wealth, and relentless effort, traits Trump personifies. His sun in the constellation of Taurus, Vrishabha, solidifies his identity as a tireless worker and empire builder. From constructing towering skyscrapers to cultivating his status as a millionaire, Trump's life has been defined by the unyielding energy of Taurus. He is firm, determined, and ambitious, traits that propelled him from real estate mogul to the presidency. His leap from businessman to leader of the free world was not an accident, but the natural next step for someone so deeply entrenched in the drive for success. For the Mrigasira Nakshatra, the questing leader. Trump's sun resides in the Mrigasira Nakshatra, symbolized by the searching deer. This lunar mansion bestows its natives with a range of qualities that include eloquence, curiosity, and a keen sensitivity to the world around them. Trump's gift for public speaking, his magnetic personality, and his ability to connect with ordinary people all spring from this nakshatra. However, Mrigasira is also known for its whimsical, capricious nature, traits that have often been associated with Trump's volatile moods and impulsive decisions. 5. Sun conjunct Uranus. The rebel with a vision. The Sun in conjunction with Uranus in Trump's chart further reveals him as a visionary and a disruptor. His mind operates on a different frequency, picking up on societal and economic trends long before others. This cosmic combination makes Trump not just a leader but an outsider, a maverick who refuses to play by the conventional rules. He challenges norms and embraces innovation, traits that have defined his unconventional approach to politics. His quick thinking, coupled with a natural rebellious streak, often allows him to devise solutions others can't even perceive. 6. The Venus and Saturn in Cancer. The family man, shaped by discipline. The combination of Venus, Shukra, and Saturn, Shani, in Cancer illustrates Trump's deep love for family and the heavy influence of his upbringing. Venus, the planet of love and charm, in Cancer, highlights Trump's affection for his children and loyalty to his clan. Meanwhile, Saturn's influence imbues him with a strong work ethic, seriousness, and the ability to take on enormous responsibilities. Trump's disciplined, pragmatic approach to business and life stems from the lessons imparted by his parents. His father taught him how to think and act like a leader, while his mother's strength and determination left an indelible mark on his character. 7. Moon in Scorpio. The warrior's emotions. The moon, governing emotions and internal life, lies in Scorpio, Vrishika, one of the most intense and passionate constellations in Vedic astrology. Trump's emotional nature is fiery, explosive, and fiercely competitive. He does not shy away from confrontation, rather, he thrives in it. Scorpio's influence gives him an indomitable spirit, resilience in the face of adversity, and an appetite for battle. This placement also reflects Trump's sharp wit, sarcasm, and provocative nature, traits that have both endeared him to supporters and drawn the ire of critics. Additionally, the moon in Scorpio informs Trump's ideal of femininity, his anima, as Carl Jung would call it. It's no surprise that Trump is drawn to women like his wife, Melania, beautiful, mysterious, exotic, and fiercely independent, much like the penetrating gaze of a Scorpio. 8. Jyotish Nakshatra. The survivor's path. Positioned in the Jyotish Nakshatra, Trump's moon reveals the trials he has faced throughout his life. Jyotish, associated with Antares, the brightest star in Scorpio, is a sign of leadership and survival through adversity. During his first presidency, Trump faced relentless opposition, and this nakshatra predicts that these challenges will persist. Jyotish symbolizes rebirth through fire. Trump's political life has been nothing short of a baptism by flames. Even after a near-fatal assassination attempt in 2024, Trump emerged stronger, ready to resume his destiny. 9. Mars rising in Leo. The warrior king Mars, the planet of war, occupies a prominent place in Trump's chart, rising in the royal constellation of Leo, Simha. This position grants him immense personal strength, confidence, and an almost kingly aura. However, it also explains his controversial and combative personality. Mars in the first house often leads to a life marked by conflict and opposition. Trump's assertiveness, directness, and unapologetic honesty stem from this placement. He is a born fighter, unafraid to take on the challenges that come with leadership. The assassination attempt in July 2024, which left a scar on his ear, is reflected by Mars' placement in his chart. This wound symbolizes Trump's continual battle for survival, both politically and physically. 10. The Megha Nakshatra, destiny in the stars. As if written in the stars, the nakshatra where Trump's Mars resides is called Magha, a name that uncannily mirrors Trump's political slogan, Make America Great Again. This nakshatra bestows Trump with ambition, power, and a sense of divine purpose. It is a cosmic stamp of authority, suggesting that Trump's quest for greatness is not just political but fated. The qualities of this nakshatra, generosity, arrogance, and the drive for recognition, are the very essence of Trump's public persona. 11. The Yod aspect. The finger of God. Trump's chart features a rare and powerful Yod aspect, known in astrology as the finger of God. This configuration, created by the Moon, Saturn, and his midheaven, places a divine burden on Trump's shoulders. His destiny is to lead a divided, critical, and often hostile nation through tumultuous times. Like Moses guiding his people through the desert, Trump's leadership will be met with resistance, disbelief, and accusations. Yet, the yacht suggests that his purpose transcends these challenges. He is fated to fulfill a larger cosmic role, whether celebrated or reviled. 12. Vimshatari Dasha, Trump's karmic cycles of power. Trump's life entered a crucial phase with the beginning of his Jupiter Dasha on November 17, 2016, just after his first election victory. Jupiter, Guru, is the planet of expansion, success, and wisdom, promising Trump an era of victory and prosperity. However, his defeat in 2020 marked a karmic setback. Now, as Jupiter moves into conjunction with his Sun, Trump is poised for a return to power. The stars foretell not just a second presidency, but possibly even re-election in 2028, ensuring Trump's legacy. His karmic journey culminates in 2032, with his retirement from politics at age 86, after reshaping America in his image. Donald Trump, a name that reverberates through the corridors of American history like a force of nature. Born in Queens, New York City, on June 14, 1946, to a real estate tycoon father and a family of privilege, his life has been nothing short of extraordinary, controversial, and relentless in its pursuit of the spotlight. To some, he is the embodiment of the American dream. To others, he represents the very decay of democratic values. But Trump is not a man easily defined. His life is a labyrinth of dramatic highs, gut-wrenching lows, and scandals that stretch across the spectrum of morality and ambition. Raised in a lavish 23-room mansion in Jamaica Estates, young Donald Trump was no stranger to the intoxicating allure of power. He was a rebellious youth, uncontainable in his ambition, and by the age of 13, he was already operating heavy machinery at his father's construction sites. But his fiery temper led his family to send him to the New York Military Academy in 1959, where he forged himself into a leader, captain of both the student regiment and the baseball team. It was there that he learned discipline and honed the forceful personality that would come to define his public life. After military school, Trump's path led him to the prestigious Wharton School of Finance, where he graduated with a degree in economics. By the time he left Wharton, he was already speaking of reshaping the Manhattan skyline, a vision of dominance that would soon come to fruition. He entered the family business, but unlike his father's focus on modest apartments in Brooklyn and Queens, Trump had bigger dreams. In 1975, at the age of 29, he made his first major acquisition, a rundown hotel on the edge of bankruptcy. Trump turned it around, as he would do with many of his future investments, showing a knack for renovating failing properties into symbols of opulence. By the 1980s, Donald Trump had become synonymous with success. He built an empire, skyscrapers, casinos, hotels, all emblazoned with his name in gleaming gold letters. He sculpted his public persona as the ultimate dealmaker, a larger-than-life figure who mingled with celebrities and politicians alike. His wealth allowed him to indulge in the grandest of toys, a $30 million yacht, a 118-room estate in Palm Beach, Florida, and a penthouse in Trump Tower that boasted an 80-foot living room. He was not just rich, he was an icon of excess. But the empire he had built on boldness and risk soon began to show cracks. By 1990, overextended and drowning in debt, Trump's businesses faced financial collapse. His towering ego was matched only by his towering liabilities, and it seemed like the Donald's reign might be coming to an end. Yet, in typical Trump fashion, he refused to stay down. He restructured, negotiated, and clawed his way back to solvency. His third autobiography, Trump, The Art of the Comeback, 1997, is a testament to this indomitable will, painting him as a phoenix rising from the ashes of financial ruin. Trump's personal life, too, has been a saga of public spectacle. His first marriage, to Czech model Ivana, resulted in 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. But the marriage unraveled in a very public divorce in 1991, as rumors of his affair with actress Marla Maples gripped tabloid headlines. Trump and Ivana's split was ugly, filled with accusations, lawsuits, and staggering financial settlements. His relationship with Maples, whom he married in 1993, fared no better. They had one daughter, Tiffany, but by 1997, they too were separated. Trump's marriages were not just personal matters, they were public soap operas, fodder for a media obsessed with his every move. Even as his personal life unraveled, Trump was always plotting his next move. In 1999, he flirted with a run for president but withdrew, unsure if the time was right. He found new fame in 2004 as the star of The Apprentice, a reality TV show that turned him into a household name once again. The phrase "you're fired" became iconic, and Trump was reborn as not just a businessman but a television celebrity, feeding his unquenchable need for the limelight. By 2015, Trump was ready to make his boldest move yet. He launched his campaign for President of the United States, a decision that sent shockwaves through the political establishment. His rhetoric, fiercely anti-immigrant, nationalist, and unapologetically brash, split the nation in two. He branded himself as a champion of the forgotten American worker, railing against free trade agreements and illegal immigration, and advocating for a temporary ban on Muslims entering the country. His campaign was both audacious and polarizing, drawing thousands of devoted supporters and sparking massive protests in equal measure. Against all odds, Trump secured the Republican nomination and went head-to-head with Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in a historic and bitterly contested election. On November 8, 2016, Trump defied polls and predictions, winning the presidency in one of the most shocking upsets in American political history. His victory was celebrated by some as a populist revolution and decried by the leftists as a catastrophe for democracy. From the moment he took office on January 20, 2017, his presidency was mired in great achievements. Trump's time in the White House was a whirlwind of policy changes and political attacks. After losing the 2020 election to Joe Biden, Trump refused to concede, claiming widespread voter fraud. His post-presidential life has been no less dramatic. In 2023, Trump became the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges, indicted on 34 felony counts of fraud. More legal battles followed, including a $5 million judgment for sexual abuse and defamation. Undeterred, Trump announced his candidacy for the 2024 presidential election, promising a political comeback. But on July 13, 2024, at a rally in Pennsylvania, the unthinkable happened. Trump was shot, an assassination attempt that left the world in shock. A bullet grazed his right ear, and though bloodied, Trump raised his fist in defiance to the crowd. The shooter was killed by Secret Service, but the event further solidified Trump's mythos, a man who could survive anything, even a bullet. Trump's story is not over. His life has been a relentless pursuit of power, fame, and legacy. Each chapter more improbable than the last. What's next for Donald Trump is unknown, but if his past is any indication, the next twist is sure to be just as shocking as everything that has come before. Donald Trump is one of the most controversial figures in modern American history, a man who defies simple description and stirs emotions across the political spectrum. Born into wealth and privilege in 1946 in Queens, New York, Trump's rise to prominence was anything but ordinary. From the glitzy world of Manhattan real estate to the gleaming lights of reality television, Trump built an empire on his name alone, branding himself as the ultimate dealmaker, the king of American success. Yet, beneath the gilded surface, lay a man driven by an insatiable hunger for power, a man whose ambitions would ultimately carry him to the most powerful office in the world, the presidency of the United States. In 2016, Trump shocked the world by winning the U.S. presidential election. The businessman, who had flirted with political ambitions for years, was not taken seriously at first. After all, his career had been filled with bankruptcies, lawsuits, and scandals. He had faced accusations of racial discrimination in his real estate business, controversies about his personal life, and widespread criticism for his treatment of women. But Trump was a master of the spectacle, and in a time of political upheaval, he emerged as the perfect storm. His brash, unfiltered language, so different from the carefully polished speeches of traditional politicians, resonated with millions of disillusioned Americans who felt abandoned by the political elite. Trump's rise to power was unlike any other. He bulldozed through the Republican primaries, annihilating seasoned politicians one by one with insults, accusations, and sheer audacity. He branded his opponents with devastating nicknames. Jeb Bush became Low-Energy Jeb, Marco Rubio was Little Marco, and Hillary Clinton would forever be remembered as Crooked Hillary. Trump didn't just play the political game, he rewrote it, smashing every rule of decorum and decency along the way. As president, Trump's administration was a roller coaster of highs and lows, a constant barrage of headlines and scandals. His policy of America First resonated with his base, but alienated allies across the globe. He pulled the United States out of international agreements, waged trade wars, and promised to build a border wall to keep out illegal immigrants, one of his most famous and divisive campaign pledges. Trump was both revered and reviled, a polarizing force who, in many ways, laid bare the fractures in American society. And yet, even after his defeat in the 2020 election by Joe Biden, Trump refused to fade into the background. He denied the results, claiming the election had been stolen, a claim that would ignite fierce legal battles and further divide the nation. The Stop the Steal movement became the rallying cry for those who believed in Trump's narrative, a belief that the former president, not the institutions of democracy, held the keys to America's future. Now, Donald Trump stands at a crossroads. Some see him as the savior of American nationalism, the man who dared to challenge the globalist elite and restore America's greatness. Others see him as a demagogue, a threat to democracy who unleashed forces of division and hatred that could haunt the country for decades. The real estate mogul turned president is preparing for yet another twist, teasing a possible run in 2024, a move that could plunge the nation into another period of political turmoil. Trump's legacy is still being written, but one thing is certain, love him or hate him, he changed the course of American history. He is the living embodiment of the American dream and its contradictions, a man who rose to power by capitalizing on fear, resentment, and a deep-seated desire for change. His story is not just the story of one man, but the story of a divided nation, a nation grappling with its identity in the 21st century. And like any good drama, the final act has yet to unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, as the final echoes of our deep dive into Donald Trump's Vedic astrological chart fade away, I find myself at a crossroads, filled with a mixture of profound gratitude and urgent anticipation. Your presence in this journey, exploring the cosmic blueprint of one of the most enigmatic figures of our time, has been nothing short of extraordinary. Your engagement has not only illuminated the intricacies of astrological insights, but has also woven a vibrant tapestry of curiosity and discourse. As we dissected the celestial influences that shape Trump's world, we ventured beyond mere speculation, embracing the raw, unfiltered truth that the stars reveal. But this journey is far from over. The cosmos is an ever-unfolding narrative, and there is so much more to uncover. Astropolitics stands as a beacon in this vast universe of knowledge, and your role is pivotal. By subscribing to our channel, you become an integral part of a movement that bridges the ancient wisdom of astrology with the pulsating dynamics of modern politics. So, I implore you, do not let this moment slip away into the void. Hit that subscribe button with purpose. Activate the notification bell to ensure you're always at the forefront of our cosmic explorations. Like, share, and comment to amplify this dialogue, for your voice is crucial in this unfolding saga. Your support transforms curiosity into discovery and transforms discovery into enlightenment. Together, let's continue to unravel the stars and their influence on the world stage. Thank you for being part of this celestial voyage. Your journey with astropolitics has just begun.